Hi, Jeremy. It's good to see you again. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We kind of have a long history together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Kind of like back to 2005 when I first moved to Tip City, Ohio.
Yep, yes. Yep, that's
And
exactly what, yeah. Yes, we do.
kind of like back to 2005 when I first moved to Tip City, Ohio.
Yep, yes. Yep, that's
And
exactly what, yeah.
we also went on a lot of trips together, didn't we? Like we went to Canada, remember that?
Yeah,
And we had a great time.
yeah, we all went to Canada and stuff. And like you said, we all had a good time and stuff and everything. But when I was in Canada also, my grandma passed away.
She passed away while we were in Canada, didn't she?
Like after that happened, for real, like when you got to the house, well, when you brought me to the house and we were supposed to go down to the funeral, you started talking to my mom about gravel and gravel in the driveway and stuff. And she said that she was talking to Granny about that while we were gone. So I didn't know that, and no one knew that but mom and them. So you was connecting with her and everything, like when you brought me home. Actually, on the way home, you was.
Well, on the way home, your grandmother was coming to me to reassure you that she was safe and sound. Remember some of the conversation that we had in the car on the way from Canada back to Ohio?
Yeah, you were telling me what you brought. You brought up this thing. It was on the way back. You brought up that me and my brother was dressed up as cowboys and Indians, and we were holding my granny hostage. And
Okay.
there was a picture of us doing that. I don't know where it is today, man. I'm actually want to look for it, but yeah,
Oh,
there's a
it's
picture of us doing
funny.
that to Granny, my
No,
mom's
that's
mom. It really helped a lot, for real. It did. And my mom, I remember she was like speechless pretty much when you came back and was talking about stuff, because you were talking about stuff that was being mentioned while me and you and Lance was in Canada.
wow. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, life is eternal, and you've gone through some really hardships here recently with the passing of your dad, and prior to that, your mom made her transition to heaven as well. So
Yeah.
it's been a difficult time for you. Prior to calling you, your mother and dad and I were seated at the table with you where you're sitting now. And your mom would be to your left where you're sitting now, and your dad always sit to the right of where you're sitting, correct?
Yes.
So I got ready to call you and stuff, and your mom and dad said, well, let's play some cards.
And he would always say that to me, especially after like it was like probably like 2 days before he passed away. And
Yeah.
before he left, yeah, he was asking me about playing cards.
So again, they're with us in the current moment. We may not physically see them. And then all of a sudden, Buster went by.
Buster was basically my mom's dog. Then after my mom passed away, I took care of him and
Well,
everything.
Buster's talking about you being on the floor most recently, like looking underneath the things in the kitchen. What were you doing on the floor in the kitchen?
Yes, I was on the floor. Yeah, actually, right over there. Yeah, scrubbing and getting stuff out from under the stove.
Yeah, okay. So that's what Buster's mentioning. So he's with you as well, not just your mom and dad, but everything that we loved and everything that we experience is on the flip side. We're here in shadow and they're in light. Buster surely comes through loud and clear. So Buster's with you, not just in this moment, but he's with you all the time, as well as your mom and dad are. And your mom said you were looking for a flashlight or candles.
I was trying to get this metal, or not metal, but plastic off for this model I'm building because I don't have a lighter. So I was doing that to do. I was working on this model thing.
And you were using the candle to do that with?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. She references the candle. So again, she's not just in this moment, she's with you all the time. Your dad is singing me a song from, I think they were called Journey. He's singing, Don't Stop Believing. Da, da, da,
Yeah,
da, da,
yeah.
da, da.
He
Does that make
loved that
sense?
song, man. I sorry, that just shocked me. Yeah, he loved that song. Yeah, Journey. He has their record.
Oh wow, okay, because that's he just started singing it to me out of nowhere. So that was one of his favorite groups or his favorite records.
Yep.
There's a lot of meaning in that song because it talks about encouraging people to hold on to an optimistic future and never giving up on your dreams. And that's why I feel like he's singing the song. So when you have a quiet moment, listen to that song and let it minister to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And then your mom said, you may as well get on the midnight train to Georgia to give up on your dreams. That's funny too. That sounds like her, doesn't it? But
Oh yeah, man. Oh, I miss
even
her. Yeah. Yeah, he loved a lot of music. And Don't Stop Believing, every time that song would come on the record or anything, he'd start doing that, clapping his hands.
oh wow, wow. Well, there's a lot of meaning in that song, and don't give up on your dreams, pretty much. And then your mom mentions the song by Gladys Knight and the Pips about midnight train to Georgia. And so what she's saying is sometimes you can't realize your dreams. Look where you are now in the home that you have and how secure you are with what you got. But then your dad says don't give up on your dreams. But your mom says if you have disappointments with the Gladys Knight song, then what you need to do is just keep on trying, and she's there to support you, even if you had some difficult times of trying to realize your dreams. So there's lots of meanings behind songs that come through as well. It's not just the fact that he loved the song, but the fact that he doesn't want you to give up on hope.
Yeah.
Makes sense to you?
Yes, it does.
It's kind of neat how you have grown over the years. Exclusively if we go back to 2005 when we first met, and how you built a personal relationship with Jesus yourself.
Oh yes. Yes, I know, man, but back in the 2005, dude, I was wild.
If people only knew.
I know, right? But man, I've learned a lot though, and I've definitely changed and went through a lot, and I've learned a lot.
Well, your dad references you had his train going. He had a train set. Did you turn it on recently?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I still got but back in the room back there, the train room, three different trains running on this big board. So I've been running them trains actually recently. Yes,
Okay.
he wanted a train table and stuff built back there, so me and Jim Lee built it. Yeah, it's got
Oh,
grass,
awesome.
gravel, houses. It all lights up, and yeah.
Your dad's laughing at a wig. Where did you put a wig on at?
Oh, I actually put a wig on a little bit ago.
Talking
Yeah.
about you being goofy with it.
Oh yeah, I was in the bathroom one day and I made fun of this song and I had the wig on in the mirror and I was dancing to it.
It's funny. Your mom's talking about the grandson. You got a little grandson, don't you? What's his
Yes, I
name?
do. Waylon. Oh man, I
Waylon.
love him so much.
Yeah, he occupies a lot of your time, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes.
She's talking about him playing with silverware. What does he do with the silverware?
Oh, we got to get him to use silverware sometime. It varies. He'll either use his hands or silverware, but he plays with spoons and forks when he does it.
Yeah, that's it. He's playing with his spoons and forks, is what she's referencing. Uh, she says you always tell him to go over in the corner of the room and play. Is that where you keep his toys in the toy box in the living room?
Yeah, it's actually right over. Yeah, right over there by the this chair over there by the window. Yeah, he's got his tub of toys and everything.
You try to divert his attention, she says, by making him go in and get some toys and play with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Dad's talking about a stone or a rock. What did you do with the big rock recently?
Oh wow. Oh, I took actually a little bit ago. I had this big rock outside, and I picked it up and slammed it down on the sidewalk out back because of
Okay.
it was with some stuff I was messing with.
He keeps talking about all the snacks in the cabinet. Um, like, are you out of popcorn?
We was, but I actually just got 2 bags of popcorn today.
Okay, so recently. Okay, so because he's referencing the being out of popcorn, so you just got it today, correct?
Yes.
Well, that's
Yep.
cool. And potato chips. Did you get plenty of chips?
Yep. I'm all set.
Yeah. Okay, so he's referencing you filled up on all the snacks. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody kind of goes their separate ways when you get older. Things sure change over the years, don't they?
Yeah, they do, man.
Your dad said, "Well, most things change, but some don't."
Yeah.
Sounds, yeah, sounds like your dad. He said you keep fidgeting with that light above you. What do you keep doing to the fan above you?
Oh, I turn it on or I turn it off. Like I turned it on and off earlier, like 3 or 4 times.
Okay, okay, that's pretty neat. I called you yesterday to kind of set this up, and we got to talking about how you miss your dad. That's what we want to look at. You've been a caregiver for your father for the last 4 years, and we're creatures of learned behavior. So you've been in this pattern of taking care of him and taking care of him and making sure he was secure. And then when he up and left and made his transition, I no longer take care of him, and I feel empty. I feel lost.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do feel lost without him and everything. Honestly, I wish he was here now.
There's part of us that looks back on that because, again, we're creatures of learned behavior, and you live with him and been with him every day, and now he's gone. And so there's a great part of you that feels empty. Does that make sense to
Yeah.
you?
Yes. Yes, it does. It
So
makes sense because there's nothing to do now.
that's part of the grief process that we go through, is the fact that, you've been his caregiver all this time, and all of a sudden he's gone. And so what do you do next, or where do you go from here? Because that's all you conditioned
Well, that's
yourself
all
to
I've done
do.
the past few years, the past 4 or 5 years. Was
Correct. And now,
taking care of him.
now he's gone, you're not doing it any longer. Where do you have the picture of him where he's waving?
The picture of me and him, and he's standing up with waving is here in the living room.
Because he's referencing waving in a picture, and that is signifying that he's with you, and he knows that picture's up there because he's showing me that picture.
And yeah, I loved him. I definitely miss him. I know he loved me too. It's definitely different.
And I've always felt like your family was a part of my family, or we were just like family. And when I lived in the Tip City area, if you remember, the only place that I would go would be to your house to see your
Yeah.
mom and dad. I didn't go other places or visit other people, but I sure enjoyed going to see your mom and dad. I appreciate you sharing here this evening with everybody. And
I appreciate you. Thank you.
well, I love you much, and you just have a great evening.
All right. I love you too, buddy. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.